Hello, and welcome to the new part of this series on the T20 Cricket World Cup, which is being held in the Middle East as we speak. In this episode, we'll be talking about the three games which have taken place in the last couple of days: England versus Bangladesh, Australia versus Sri Lanka, and Scotland versus Namibia. And be talking about the impact of these games on the points table. And we'll be reviewing or previewing the games that are scheduled for tomorrow: West Indies versus Bangladesh and Afghanistan versus Pakistan. And clearly, as we mentioned in the earlier parts of this series, the best part of following the World Cup is not just to see the excitement and to see all the players in action, players that you have admired, obviously, and you're big fans of, but also to follow your team and to look at the progress of your team and to come up with all the what if scenarios to figure out what does it take for your team to qualify for the next round. So, very quick look at the points table right now. This is Group One. Australia and England are both on top of the group with 4 points each. South Africa and Sri Lanka have got 2 points each, with the courtesy of a single victory that they both have. And Bangladesh and West Indies don't have a victory as yet. So they're both still sitting at the bottom of the table with 0 points. And as we mentioned in one of our earlier presentations, just looking at this table over here, Bangladesh and West Indies are sitting at the bottom of the table. They have 3 games remaining. Bangladesh has to play against West Indies, South Africa, and Australia. And West Indies has to play against Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and Australia. So clearly, only one of these teams can play the remaining three, can win the remaining 3 matches. And the criteria here is if you win at least 3 matches, then you have a chance of being able to make it to the next round. You cannot make it to the next round. You cannot be in the top 2 qualifying teams if you have not won 3 matches. And again, we're trying to not factor in the no results. If they come in, if that actually happens, then we'll have to expand our model to include the no results as well, or the shared points. So right now, for the sake of the discussion, right now we're focusing on the bottom of the table, Bangladesh versus West Indies. So most likely in tomorrow's game, which is being held between these 2 teams, one of the 2 teams, the loser of the game, will get eliminated. It's really as simple as that. The winner of the day the loser of the game will not have a chance to make it to the next round. The winner will live to see another day. The winner will still have to face 2 more strong opponents. Australia, they both have to play against Australia and either South Africa or Sri Lanka. And again, important games are ahead of them. But for them, for the winner of the game tomorrow, it's really a must-win for all remaining games. The other point that we can make here is Australia beat Sri Lanka comprehensively in today's game, and they have really solidified their position on top of the group. Now, England might be ahead on the net run rate right now. We have not done the calculation which factored in the net run rate. But going into the tournament, Australia were not by far the favorites. England and India were considered the favorites as we went into the World Cup. And that's based on if you look at the ICC ranking, the current ICC ranking for T20, you see Australia is sitting at number 6, whereas England and India are occupying the top 2 position. Australia has not had a good recent few years, but clearly the way they played the game today, you cannot rule out this country. You cannot rule out this team. They play to win, and they are strong and they're committed. And the commitment was clearly evident if you were to watch the game today, if you see the body language of the players. So the next for this group is tomorrow's game, crucial game, West Indies versus Bangladesh. So as we mentioned, the spreadsheet, if you were to download it, it has the list of all the available games, and we have now provided you the link to the actual scorecards for these games on our website. And for the remaining games which have not yet taken place, you're welcome to go ahead and do some kind of scenarios. And the moment you do that, the point table will shift. If you were to, for example, forecast that West Indies is going to win the game tomorrow, see what happens to the points table. West Indies now has 1 point with 1 victory with 2 points, and Bangladesh is at the bottom with 3 defeats and 0 points. Okay, the other important game tomorrow is Afghanistan versus Pakistan. As you look at the matches for Group 2, and you look at the points table for Group 2, again, it's all available in the same spreadsheet. Pakistan happens to be on top of the list with 4 points, due to the courtesy of having beaten India and West Indies. Now, if Pakistan is to win one of the remaining matches, they would be able to qualify for the next round. Afghanistan has to win another 2 matches. They've beaten Scotland. They still have to play against Pakistan, Namibia, India, and New Zealand. And out of these 4, they have to win 2. So tomorrow is an important game for them. If they are to somehow find a way to overcome Pakistan, a resurgent Pakistani team, then they do have a good chance of at least overcoming Namibia, which will give them 3 wins. And then the game against India and West Indies, it will sort of become an optional victory for them. Remember, Afghanistan is a clear leader on the net run rate computation, having routed Scotland for 60 runs. They scored 190, Scotland scored 60, and so that gave them a plus 6.5 on the net run rate. In the next few versions of this spreadsheet, we'll try to incorporate the net run rate as well, and we'll try to bring it into the computation. For now, we'll just leave you at this, that important games ahead of us tomorrow, and let's just see how they fare. If you have any questions, any comments, please enter them below, and please like the video, and please subscribe to it, so for all the updates that we're going to have to do in the next few days, you get notifications. A pleasure being with you, and we're enjoying the games, the passion of our lives. Really enjoy the game, and we hope to have some wonderful cricket ahead of us. Thank you.